Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Grimjob here. Got a game that I played last month, actually, versus Beast of the East. Playing on one of my favorite maps, this one. Um, Riverbank, I think it's called. Um, Definitely underrated map. Big fan of the way it's sort of set out. It's always really hard, really hectic, fast-paced action, especially over the north point and the midpoint. I've gone for something a little bit different here. Gone for a Soviet Jeep push into the middle, which you don't normally see that because the Soviet Jeep's not that good. But what I should have done was actually put the MG from this SMG squad in there as well. Um, that would have given me two MGs, which would be, well, definitely getting to the point first, which would give me good fire support heading in, but forgot to do that in this time. And he's using the suppression fire mechanic on his STGs to try and kill my Jeep, but I've managed to buy a little bit of time, get to the point a little bit faster than him, which is the plan. As he pushes around the riverbank and kills the guys out of the Jeep. But I like to try and put as much pressure on to all 3 points if I can as Soviets. So that's the plan here. The infantry advantage, and not sure what I'm going to title this video at the moment, but keep an eye out on, try and keep count of how many flamethrowers I buy in this match, because I think it might be at least 15. I end up having, yeah, at least 15 flamethrowers, I believe, in this game. I've trying to do that. That was actually my strat, was to go flamethrower spam in this one, because this map's really good. It has little sort of defilades, little creeks you can sort of go prone in and just sort of shoot up and over, or loop up and over with a flamethrower and sort of behind cover. And so that was the plan. And so try and reinforce the south point with only one dude there. Obviously you won't be able to hold that. So I've been still playing in the official Gates of Hell Discord in Maxkov's the ranked part of the official Discord, and yeah, it's a good place to get some games. So if you've been watching my videos or other people's videos, like Beast of the East also has his own channel with some really good content. If you feel like you've been learning a bit, maybe dip your toe in, try your luck, or test yourself against some of the really good players in the game. It's my first time flamethrower. Does a little bit, or not much at all, actually gets gunned down, but we won't give up with the flamethrower spam, that's for sure. As he's starting to, looking at the minimap, we're pushing our squad to the south point, just as he's making the push there as well. And I won't be able to hold that south point. So I'm just going to pretty much just, at this stage, put some guys there just to hold him, keep him preoccupied, and I'm going to focus everything in holding the just for 2-to-1 advantage, I would say. So the grenade spam goes pretty hard here. Or the grenade micro. Second flamethrower, as I'm going to try and pick up the one from the guy who died. As I pick up the flamethrower, but I don't actually equip it, so he's just got it still on his back. I don't think I noticed that. So She's just standing there with his hands in his pockets. It's not super useful. Get that thing out, big boy. Like, why is he not firing? There we go, equipped it. In the heat of battle, you definitely... It's a lot easier watching as a spectator or post. Certainly your mind's going a million miles an hour in this type of matchup. Which is what I love about it. I'm a huge sweat lord, basically. I've been described as, and I accept that title because the fun is in the competitive nature of this game for me anyway. I think like most people who play this game are quite competitive people from what I've noticed. The only thing is, it's very hard to get good games, I find. Often just sitting in the lobby twiddling your thumbs. But not this time, as this was a really, really good match. These things are starting to get a bit smoky in the midpoint. Lots of trees and houses on fire. It's probably going to be pretty hard to breathe in there, I imagine. But I got fucking heaps of infantry now. But I'm not pushing them all, not just blobbing them all into the point. Just pushing them forward a little bit so I don't get wiped. As you can see there. My MG there is sort of using the riverbank as cover to get into the point, which is well played from him. I'll be honest, I think this map is Soviet-sided. It's usually good for the Germans to get the south point. Usually that's quite possible and doable, especially with the open river for the Soviets to cross to get in there. But the fact that the north and the midpoints are next to each other makes it quite convenient. Once you get mid, it's often easy to get into the next one. So, but still, yeah, definitely one of my favorite maps. As I haven't even brought in a Line 1 Doctrine unit yet. Vehicles are a little bit tricky to use on this map. I noticed that he's got the short dick Puma. Chody gun on it, so he's gone obviously the support doctrine, which interested to hear his thoughts if he thought that was a good choice in retrospect. Just going to fill in some gaps here in the front line. You definitely want to try and maintain a front line, as here comes 2 more flamethrowers. That might be 4 at this stage. These assault sappers are, as I've said before, my favorite unit. This squad. Oh. +1, just kind of blobbed up there a bit, so spread out a bit. Even got my guy, the Panzerschreck running in there. Flamethrowers crisscrossing, great for clearing out guys in foxholes, as we see. Bring in a squad to fill in that. Just going to burn this house down. It's just giving him a bit of cover to hide behind. And I'm not going to be able to use it as cover, I don't think, for the rest of this game. So I'll burn it down. Often I find flamethrowers a bit tricky to use, so I kind of like to just let the AI take over. I'd rather try and micro grenades or something like that. But I'm still giving it a good crack here. Get 2. Guy runs out of ammo, so I was actually experimenting with a few things, trying to see is there a way to reload or fill up flamethrowers instead of just letting them run out of ammo. And you can actually refill flamethrowers from a flamer tank. So if I played the support doctrine and I had a flame T-34, then I could actually fill up my flamethrowers from that tank, which is something I don't think I've seen anyone do before. But I don't have a flamer tank, so I can't do that here. So I'll just put them in a foxhole, use them as cap weight. So yeah, that point is quite hard to recap, given there's a big wide open riverbank with 0 cover, and he's got an MG in the church tower, so I'm going to accept that I'm going to give him that point, and I'm just going to push everything into the mid. Decline a guard squad. Good cap weight. Trying not to buy cheap infantry. See my thought process. I'm flicking over, do I buy something doctrine? But it's going to be so hard versus the Puma, which can outrange and just one tap both a T70 and a T60. I figured that I'd just save the DP. And it's a super high micro unit. The Puma, I don't think it's that good on this map, to be honest. So I'm not super worried about it. I'm just gonna overwhelm them with infantry. Flamethrowers going again. Is that 5 now, possibly? Does it count already? This is a nice spot here in this building. Got to put an MG in, got cover. Field of fire. Floating a bit of manpower as well. Always worth sort of flicking your eyes to the mini-map. Some manpower. Yep, here comes another 2 flamers in that squad. He's got his Puma in a good position now, I'd say, to hit everything. The Puma doesn't really do anything if you're not actually microing it, as in using direct control. As I remembered my Panzerschreck team I put down here. I found him. Now I put the rockets over. I go to select the Panzerschreck out of his inventory, and I actually moved it across to the dead guy's body. So now I'm like, what's happening? Why is this guy not got a Panzerschreck? I can't see it on the ground. I give up. There goes my chance. I definitely could have Panzerschrecked him then if I didn't mess up trying to rush things a little bit. It's worth taking your time, I guess. So I've got a lot of infantry blobbed up there now. I can't dig in the flamer or the assault sappers, or the assault, both the assault sapper squads. They can't dig foxholes, which is why I need to get guards to do that. Just to getting a rifle squad to plug away, and my sniper is on 1 kill. So you wouldn't think snipers would be excellent on this map, but if you get them in the right position, they are more effective than you might think. Especially because they're kind of a no micro type of unit. So we'll see how mine goes in this one. Get rid of the submachine gun out of the and got that guy in a little crater in the ground, so Beast made a little foxhole for me then. That was very kind. Throw a few grenades here. And got my officer. I think I'm not sure if that's a good idea to push an officer into this point when I've already got a flare going in anyway. But I guess I wanted to try and close it out early, and pushing an officer in can help you do that. There's absolute carnage right now. That's what we love to see. Sniper is plugging away. We're at 2 now. But he's taking shots, so he's not super concealed. More elite infantry. Smoke. Try and take some ground here. Push up. That guy's got no fuel, so he'll have to dig a foxhole instead. As his mortar was pushed up really high, actually. I didn't realize, and I've actually managed to get a round off. The artillery has had a stray round, hit the crew, and he's pulling it back now. Sniper's up to 6 kills. So probably needs to kill about, I think when I run the numbers a little bit, it's about 15 kills for a sniper to pay itself off, break even, I imagine. Maybe a few less than that, maybe 12, and you consider your sniper to have been worthy. This would be a good spot to try and rush his mortar. But I think something else happens to it instead. Just checking the cooldown on the flare. I'm pretty much, as soon as it's cooled off, I'm going to be pumping away with it. Can be worth actually getting down to ground level to see if there's a little defilade or a little hill blocking a line of sight of your units. Sometimes I notice that. When you're looking at it from top down, you don't actually notice if something's actually... machine gun's behind a little hill and it's not looking at anything. And those flary boys push right up here. Knowing how Beast plays, I'm surprised he didn't try something a little bit different and push my north point. You can get sucked into a bit of a vortex of or tunnel vision. So pop a flare, get it right to the nice position, right to cover all the way to the back of the point. And now I'm going to push up. Sniper's up to vet 3 now. Might have just flamed myself then, possibly. Artillery's pumping away, sniper's plugging away as well. The grill's a good purchase, I think, for this map. On this part. You can see how the flamethrower just good for shooting over these little hills before it gets domed. So, but I can still buy individual ones, so no worries. Got an AT rifle to see if I can get within range. I was very surprised how quick this guy's reloading. I don't know why that is. He's not high veterancy or weapon skill, but I was able to reload really quick. As the points are ticking onwards, only 80 more points and 1 point per second. I'll win it in about a minute's time. If he doesn't get probably an officer into the point or make some big kill one of my high cap weight units. Often one thing you can do if you're in a really desperate situation is if you kill one of the high CP units of the enemy, you can actually lose his points. Or the enemy loses points if they lose like a tank or something, so I'm trying to think, where is this? It takes a 15 centimeter round to the face. And I'm gonna immediately, I noticed exactly where he died, so I'm gonna go straight to that flare pistol. Get the flare. You don't actually need to pick up the radio from his inventory for the flare to work. I don't, at least I believe that's the case. And get the flare back up. More flamers, why not? Takes a long time to get from spawn into the midpoint on this map. However, so it's going to take a good 20 something seconds, I would say, to get there. Sniper's on 18 kills. Definitely paid itself off now. Debating, what do I buy? Do I want to get anything? It's only 1 minute until line 3 doctrine. A bit of direct control on these 3 guys. And they were Gebirgsjägers, so high cap weight. Definitely going to have to spread out the grill firing away. I have to kill this half track, and I'm going to buy a T70 to do that. So I don't have any AT, so that thing could actually do quite a bit of damage. Definitely not going to get close enough for a Panzerfaust. tracked it. Oh, frustrating. Oh, I didn't track it. He's on the move. Oh, it's alright. We got him out of there, and he'll be a bit scared to bring it out now. Flare is refreshed. Suspect he's got an officer in here. He probably should, considering where we are in the game. I'm going to move my officer out of the way in case he tries to shell my flare as he's running out back into cover. Light infantry getting sniped, getting blown to smithereens. This does bring the half track into a better position. Bang. It's going on. Gonna just pull back here, use direct control. Get him out of range. Sniper's on vet 5. And he's on a little hill, you can just see over the crests there. So he's in a good... I think I just accidentally found that position. And he's on 22 kills. So. I'm gonna get another one. And I decide I'm going to try and put him off balance here. I'm going to make a push onto his side because he's pushing everything into the mid. I can sort of tip him over in a sense. Keep using my flare to hold. He's got his guys behind smoke so I can't see them. So bring in this big boy. ISU 152. Woofed. You love to see it. Big explosions. So epic. He spotted the sniper. Well done. He must have... bet I got another one, straight up. Infantry losses have been pretty immense over this tiny little piece of ground here. Looking back now, it'd probably be good to shoot my flare once he's fired his grill, so he can't immediately target me as I'm running out of the way, but... So now's the time. I'm going to make my push on that south point. I think my sniper's cleared out most of these guys here. I'm going to push with smoke and with flamethrowers. Only a weak squad though. But he's not got much cap weight in there at all. As he did notice where I put that, hit my flare. Just gonna burn this church down. See the body? I'm gonna get a guy with high health to pick up the flare again. It's being passed around like hot potato. I'm not very good with using things like assault guns and I tend to just leave them to do their own thing and then they get sniped. But get my sniper into a better position. I think I'm debating putting an officer into the hard point here, but I'm not sure if I want to risk it. It's so close. I'm going to make sure I get this flare and I can... I don't play on a big monitor, so that's a tiny little thing for me to try and spot. Still on cooldown. But I should be able to flare the back of the midpoint and clear it out pretty easily because I reckon he's going to send most of his guys to try and capture the south. Assault Sappers run quite slow, so something to note. I think he's trying to shoot my sniper with that Puma, and I'm gonna see if I can take advantage. It's a little bit too far away though. Oof, brutal. What's the range? 200 on an HE for this. Just as he goes off the... Finally the flare's ready, and the only place he could be is in this back corner with an officer. Pretty much, I'm almost 100% sure that's where that was, considering I cleared out the other side of the point. So I just capped. I just lost the south, so it's 1-1. You really want to push with a squad already ready to, if you can. And there's the lieutenant, dead, and that's basically it there. And GG. 158 infantry kills, 129 losses. Not much vehicle action in that game, but a really great game. See you next time. Thanks for watching.